I certainly wish that I'd been there. This was recorded actually in 2019 in a city in Stockholm. No, actually, I'm sorry. I think the concert hall was called Scala Teatern. And I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but it's Stockholm, Sweden. And I'm very happy because we have on the phone, at least I have on the phone, one of the members from the band, Andy Erik Englund. Good afternoon, Andy.
Good afternoon, good morning.
What time is it for you in Sweden?
For me, it's 4 in the p.m.
4 p.m. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for accepting the invitation on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, really excited about this discovery that I made. One of our DJs on Teerex Radio has discovered you a long time ago, Skip Reeves, but when he sent me this VIP, I completely flipped.
Nice.
Do you remember that evening, the live version that I just played? Do you remember that evening in 2019, about 2 years ago?
Yes, I do. It was a very special evening. We had St. Paul from the family in F Deluxe and The Time. We opened up for him that night.
The Time?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, what?
It was St. Paul. He was the keyboard player in The Time.
Okay.
And
all right.
he came to Stockholm and played a show, and we opened up for him.
Okay. And the place was called, or the concert place was called Scala Teatern, is that right?
Yeah, Scala Teatern.
Okay. Is this like a renowned place in Stockholm where bands perform?
Yeah, they have a theater there, as the name kind of indicates, and they have in the downstairs area there's a little stage where they do lots of shows with bands and even stand-up comedians.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
How many people can the place hold? How many? Sorry.
Maybe 180.
Oh, cool. So that makes it
pretty small.
So that makes it a really intimate concert then.
Yeah.
2012 was your first album release, the Neon Romeoz. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then now a new album that's just been released, 12 songs on it, Exotic Places. Congratulations. This is a really excellent album. 12 songs on there. Where was this album? Well, first of all, how many are you in the band?
We are 6. There's 6 of us live, but sometimes we'll bring in some horns, or maybe we'll have some guests even in the future. But usually we're 6. The core of us is 6.
Okay. Are they all from Sweden?
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe that you were born in the States.
That's correct. The Big Apple, New York.
In New York City. Okay. And what made you decide to move to Stockholm?
Well, different family members had moved here, and I was so young at the time that I tagged along. I was with, my mom moved here. So I'd been going back and forth between the States and Sweden, and just finally decided that I'd settle down here in Sweden.
Okay, so your last name, Englund, is actually Swedish.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Just to let you know, Andy, Teerex Radio is in Montreal, so about 80% of the population is French, and we have a lot of listeners in France and Belgium and Africa, so I'm just going to translate a little bit what we just did into French, okay?
Sure.
OK. Alors, je suis vraiment content ce matin parce que j'ai un des membres des Neon Romeoz. J'ai Andy Erik Englund qui est en ligne en ce moment, en direct de la Suède. Et puis, je parlais comment Skip Reeves sur Radio Teerex avec son émission A Funk About the Rest faisait tourner très souvent des chansons des Neon Romeoz jusqu'à temps que j'accroche vraiment. Et quand j'ai entendu VIP, je me suis dit, wow, ça c'est vraiment extraordinaire. Et la chanson qu'on a écoutée pour commencer l'entrevue, c'est justement VIP, mais c'est la version live, c'est une version en spectacle qui a été enregistrée à Stockholm en 2019, à un petit endroit à Stockholm qui s'appelle le Scala Théâtre. Voilà. Et puis, 2 albums pour The Neon Romeoz. Le premier qui a été lancé en 2012, qui s'appelait The Neon Romeoz. Et puis là, un tout nouvel album, Exotic Places. Handy, was this album recorded in Stockholm, or how was it put together?
Well, most of it was recorded in Stockholm. Some tracks, like the song High Class Lover, it started off in West Palm Beach in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
When I was visiting a friend of mine that I work a lot with. He has some co-writes on the album, and he's really helped us a lot in the process of making this album. He's a producer by the name of Del Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was over there in Florida visiting family members and old friends like him. And so we were just, we knocked that basic idea out in one evening, the two of us.
Mm.
And there's still some of his vocals are in the background, and some keyboard parts, I think, are left from that original recording, and some beer bottle percussion.
Beer bottle percussion?
Yeah, you can hear, like in Jungle Love, like the time, you can hear some bottles.
Okay, yeah.
Or like Michael Jackson, they have one of the tracks Off the Wall.
Okay.
You can hear some high-pitched percussion sounds, and that's beer bottles.
Okay, thanks for letting us know. Who are the ladies that are singing with the Neon Romeoz?
Well, it's just Helena. We call her Helena Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been with us for over 10 years now.
Right.
And she's doing the background vocals, and she sings lead on one of the tracks called Party Girls.
Okay. You also like to wear really exotic costumes on stage.
Yeah, well, it fits the vibes. We're big fans of the Time and Kid Grill and the coconuts and stuff like that, so we kind of like that look.
Okay. Do you know
that vibe?
Do you know Romeoz from Montreal?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
Yeah.
And, I have a funny story about them. They were in Sweden.
Really?
And they needed a place to rehearse, and they rehearsed in our rehearsal studio.
Wow.
So I know them quite well.
Okay, really, really great music that they do put together. They've left Montreal, though. I think they live in the States now, but Romeoz, yeah. So I was like, I don't know, sometimes when we're far away from a country, we have an image of that country, and I mean the image that we have here is a lot like Canada, a very peaceful and liberal and open-minded country. And for some reason, when I learned that you were from Sweden, I said, Sweden has funk bands? It's like, and then I said, well, of course they have funk bands. It's just that you didn't know about it. Is there like a big audience for funk in Sweden?
Well, I think there's a big audience for good entertainment, and sometimes in the beginning people didn't even know what kind of music it was. Like we had something, well, what kind of music is?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's called funk music, we'd say. But we kind of like spread the message, and we built up our own little following, I guess you could say. But there's a couple of funk bands here in different parts of Sweden. Like there's a really popular band that is from Gothenburg called the Stone Funkers, and they've been doing it since like the 80s.
What are the most popular artists in Sweden right now? Bruno Mars?
Oh Oh yeah, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. That Silk Sonic thing is very popular. You hear it all over the place.
And apparently ABBA's coming back. They're doing a comeback.
Yeah, ABBA just released a couple new tracks, and I was just recently at the ABBA Museum here in Stockholm, which I could recommend checking out if you're an ABBA fan.
Cool.
They have the guitars and the instruments, and and of course talk about some outfits there, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, perhaps I didn't get you correct. You're saying there's an ABBA museum in Stockholm?
Yeah.
Really?
I was just there last week for the first time, yeah.
Okay.
It's been open for over a year, but, or probably even 3 years it's been open now. But I had some family visiting, and some of them wanted to see the ABBA museum, so I took them down there. Checked it out.
Okay. Are there like waxed copies of the members of ABBA in that museum?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and the actual stage clothes that they wore back in the 70s.
Okay. All
kinds of
Hello?
Yeah, even old tour buses and stuff like that, or tour cars rather, like the tour trucks.
Wow.
Parts of the tour trucks are in the museum, and even a mock helicopter of their album covers Arrival.
Really? Okay, people.
Yeah.
So, well, if you don't know where to go on a vacation, think about Sweden. You can see the neon Romeoz, and then you can go to the ABBA Museum also.
Yeah.
Have you been doing, well, of course, because of the COVID situation, a lot of, well, if not most concerts were just impossible to do. Are you planning some in the next months or in the coming year?
Yeah, we have a booking at Scala Teatern on the 27th of November.
Okay.
So maybe we'll do another video while we're there live.
Oh, sure, we would love that. What's the present situation with COVID in Sweden? Are people also wearing their masks and everything?
Yes, in public transportation, you see people like in the subways or on buses, but outside of that, there isn't so much too many mask wearers. But people are getting vaccinated, and they're going to allow full-scale concerts and sport events to happen again at the end of September, from what I've read.
Really terrific, yeah. I know in Quebec here, in Canada, well, in Quebec, and not in all provinces in Canada, but there's they call it a QR code, which is really like some kind of code, a pictured code.
Oh,
and
yeah, right.
It's a proof of vaccination, and there's an application here in Quebec called VaxiCode, and then you just download your code, and then you have it in the application in your phone. So wherever you go, restaurants, public places, they are now asking for the code. And if you're not vaccinated, well, you're going to have a boring year.
Yeah.
Any thoughts of doing like some artists have done in the last 2 years, some live streaming shows on social media platforms? That's something that you thought about, or you're not going to do, or?
We thought about it, but there's so much of it that the streams have kind of flowed over, so to speak, all puns intended. But maybe we'll do like a live video kind of thing with a couple of songs.
Yeah, that'd
like
be
3 songs or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be nice, because there's a lot of a lot of artists that we would never have had the chance to see in other countries. Like last year, Solutions in the UK did a brilliant streaming live show. There's so many, and well, because they're independent artists, there's no way that they can give concerts in other countries. So that was such a great idea to do these streaming shows, because you can watch it from everywhere on the planet, and
yeah, that's the good thing.
Yeah, that's great exposure, and well, it's kind of fun, if you're equipped with, I don't know, a big TV screen like a 60-inch or something. You can have some friends and say, hey, tonight we're watching this show,
Yeah. So yeah, either we'll try to do like a live video from Scarlet the Art, or like, you know, where we can edit it and cut it together, like maybe, and mix it a little so it sounds nice.
Okay. Cool.
And maybe release that on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that.
Cool. All right. So this new album now, Exotic Places, is available on most digital platforms, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any plans for vinyls or not for this?
As a matter of fact, yes. We're going to release it later on in the year, hopefully, on vinyl. And maybe even knock out a few CDs too for different places that, like in Spain, I know that there's still CDs are pretty popular, and in Germany. So we'll do that for the fans that want to get CDs as well. So vinyl and CD, hopefully later on in the year, we'll have those available.
Terrific. When you guys are together recording our stuff, do you speak English or Swedish?
Mostly Swedish, but sometimes if I want to be spontaneous, I'll speak English, because I'm like, you know, it comes out easier and quicker in English for me.
Okay. You haven't lost your accent at all. Your English is perfect.
Oh, thank you.
And I have to confess, I love IKEA because of their cinnamon buns.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
They're addictive.
They certainly are. They certainly are. I mean, when you go there and buy some and they're still hot, once you get in the car, you eat one, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Andy, listen, so people want to get in touch or discover the Neon Romeoz. You have your website, right? The neonromeoz.com?
Yeah, and Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. Can people buy your music through your website?
Well, it links it to iTunes or Amazon Music, so you can buy it through those places.
Okay. Terrific.
You could find whatever works best for you if you just Google it.
Okay. All right. Well, Andy, listen, thank you very much for taking some time on your Sunday afternoon to have a little chit-chat with me. I really appreciate it. Listen, for me, you are really quite a discovery, and I'm discovering more and more of your songs, so I think you got a new fan here.
Oh, thank you very much for having us. The pleasure is all on this side of the phone here.
So this show right now is broadcasted on 5 radio stations: Teerex Radio Global in Montreal, there's One Media World Radio in Detroit, Philly Funk in Philadelphia, La Mix Machine in France and Paris, and also in London, the Surrey Hill Soul Train. So, would you like to say something in Swedish to us?
Sure. Tack så mycket. That's thank you very much in Swedish.
Thank
you for listening. Thank you for having us.
How did you say it again?
Tack så mycket.
Tack så mycket.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Andy, thank you very much. Say a nice hello to everyone in the band from Canada, and
Will do.
And wish you all the best for this year and the next years.
Okay, thank you very much, and keep on playing that funky music.
Oh, definitely, and you have to send a bottle of wine to Skip Reeves.
Okay.
Or some IKEA cinnamon buns. Thank you very much, Andy.
Thank you. Thank you, Skip, also.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So there you go, people. That's I was speaking to Andy from the Neon Romeoz, live from Stockholm in Sweden. So I played, of course, the song VIP before the interview, the live version. And this is from the new album, which is called Exotic Places. And the song is called Philosophy, the Neon Romeoz.
The best of me, but I guess you were so blind. Just det, ja. Ja. Ja, det är ju bara bra.
The Neon Romeoz and Philosophy from their brand new album Exotic Places. Thank you very much, Andy, for that really nice interview. So you can go on the Neon Romeoz, that's what a Z like zebra.com if you want to find out more about them, and if you want to buy some of the music, I certainly encourage you to do so. Voilà, so nice comments, thank you very much. René Lynch writes, I'm hooked on philosophy. Yeah, well, that's just really a teaser. I mean, really, for what I've heard or discovered, a lot of nice, funky music, a little bit of a Prince flavor, I find also. So you can check out a lot of the videos on YouTube, but of course, the music. I'll be back with the Detroit Emeralds.
Expansion Records introduces ABBA, a panther of Cremona, Italy. Les disques Expansion vous présentent ABBA, la panthère de Cremona, Italy.